All right, guys, we are here with the St. Louis Regional Champion, Alex Burgess, the Tulsa Regional Champion, Tim Bunn, and me. And I just wanted to sit you guys down and talk a little bit of Netrunner. So we got here, it's Thursday, you start playing like some warm-up games, some demo games. What are you expecting in the field, this world? It's pretty wide open, right?
It is. I'm definitely expecting a higher caliber of player than I'm used to seeing. There are some very skilled players here, and some guys who really, really know the game.
So what kind of decks are they going to be running? That's the question.
I expect Rapid Advance.
Okay. Is that out of NBN, out of HB?
Out of NBN. I expect to see it a lot out of NBN. Psychographics has become a very popular card. And I expect to see a lot of Gabe Andromeda. It's a very effective runner and does the job. Yeah, especially Andromeda.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Well, I mean, Andromeda was winning every plugged into her.
Majority.
Just about, yeah.
The vast majority.
And can I just say, if someone had told me that Psychographics was going to be a card to watch out for at Worlds, like 6 months ago, I'd have been like, yeah.
Six months ago, did we even know it existed?
6 months ago, I did a podcast in which I called Psychographics the worst card in the game.
Oh well, there you go, perfect.
So,
but it's all about mid-season, right? I mean, that's a big thing.
That mid-season's really good.
We've seen mid-season everywhere. Tim, what about you? What are you worried about?
I personally am worried about Scythe and Recursion. If they can get the lock on, it's bad.
Yeah,
it's so bad. But if you can get through the first Siphon or two,
they lose steam real quickly.
You can take over. It's an interesting game to play against because I'm not resing that ice until it's an account siphon coming at me.
Yeah.
And that makes it way harder. And then I also expect to see a lot of fast advance, which is super hard to beat because I top deck an agenda. I score agenda.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's kind of hard to beat.
And that's the archetype I'm having trouble with this season.
So is the key then going to be R&D control? It's going to be making sure that you control the pipeline there,
That is the key in theory, but what's going to happen is you're going to get people that are putting 45 credits worth of ice on their R&D, and it's just going to be like, crap.
Yeah, I can't get in there anymore.
I can get in there every 7 turns maybe. Or
if you're lucky.
Yeah.
If you're lucky.
It's just one of those things that the more I play this game, the more I think the source is going to see more play.
The source, he says.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think it could be really powerful against some of the archetypes we're going to see.
Is this some undercover information from 2 regional champions that the source is
the
card of Worlds?
I'm not saying the source is in my deck or anything, but I think that it's a good counter to fast advance if you're truly worried about it, if not the best answer.
I mean, why aren't we worried about fast advance? We should be, right?
I'm gonna go with the old Grant Huddleston adage: just win faster.
Yeah, so it does seem like that's an option. I mean, because if fast advance is trying to win by early, they're not going to ice R&D. They can't have that much ice on R&D, right? So,
but yeah,
if you start punishing R&D, they have to slow their game down and fix this before they can go back here.
Correct.
So maybe that gives you an opportunity to HQ to pull an Aster or something they've been holding on to.
There are lots of options, but that's generally how you have to do it. You can't defend everywhere.
Typically, how I handle fast advance is I put a lot of pressure on their HQ and their remotes.
Yeah.
They're going to be playing a lot out of the remotes. If I can get rid of those sands and any of the upgrades are going to stick their red herrings, you can slow down their game. And while they're busy taking care of their HQ and their remote, then you hit R&D and dig for wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about, I don't know, you might have to run for Star Wars, that's fine. Talk a little bit about the preparation for Worlds, because we get to Worlds, we start playing, and then it's like, I need to change everything, right?
Yep.
That's what happens.
So, Alex, you in particular, you've been rotating on some decks here. So what's the problem? What's like a waffling process, right? It's like...
I honestly underestimated the caliber of player we'd be seeing. I'm used to playing with Tim and the guys on Octagon and being at about that level. And there's some really strong players that I've gotten a chance to play, and it's really improved how I look at the game. Started with the Andromeda. I'm like, I'm just going to do Andromeda, Siphon.
Standard, yeah?
Yep, standard Andromeda.
Snore fast.
Snore
fast. It wins games.
Yeah, it wins games. It's
consistent.
consistent. And it wasn't working. So I went to Wizard, and I'm playing with Wizard right now, just because I think he's going to be a surprise.
Andromeda's not working, so I'm going to Wizard. Also another thing, if you told me a couple months ago that you would be telling me this in 4 Worlds, I would probably, you'd get laughed out of the room.
Oh, you would, yeah.
So Tim, what do you think? You're stuck on your decks? You're completely satisfied?
No. I mean,
go to the hotel room tonight. And
I feel like anytime you have your deck set in stone is not necessarily the best thing in the world. Like, yeah, like if I don't change anything about my decks, that's cool, that's fine. But like, being not willing to is a bad sign, I think. You have to be like if I see everyone in the world testing today playing HB, like everyone's like, oh, maybe I should put 1E3 in my deck.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's all about those meta cards. Oh, I see a bunch of noise or a bunch of data suckers. Okay, I'll run the fiber decks.
Yep.
Boom. Done.
Seems right.
If I expect Andy Sucker, I lose.
Just lose the game. And then you move on and you can go to the next round. Cool, guys. Well, thanks for joining me for a little Netrunner wrap-up. Thanks for watching, guys. We've got more from Worlds coming all throughout the weekend, so stay tuned, and we'll catch you then.